We are live. What's up, Rattlers? How's it going? What's up, Spirit, God, whoever's here? All right, a couple more minutes. Let me just get situated. Okay, so welcome to the Rattle House Playground ICU Unplugged. This is where movement is medicine, and here we believe issues are in the tissues. And right behind me is Rattlebones. You may see him in the purge, which means surrender, but you also may see him in the playground just moving the body, the bones, the energy. And that's my higher self. Yeah. And my name is Dr. And just a disclaimer, no, I'm not a medical doctor, a soul surgeon. So, we are going to do my vital check because just like any type of medication in the medical world, you have to get your vitals checked. And we are going to check my vitals, and I'm going to check my vitals for myself. Everything that I speak is for myself. This is my own personal documentation because I want to see my growth and transformation from taking Rattle XR drip. So normally I've been really trying to figure out what is the best way to find out the right rhythm. And so far I have found out waking up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed early in the morning is where I find it's the easiest for me to connect to Rattlebones. So let's just give it a little tour, shall we? So this is my, this is actually a casita. And it's one of those areas that it can be used for anything. And right now it's a playground for our inner child. And if you've seen Rattlebones, you probably have seen these mirrors fall because they're not attached. Eventually, we'll get there. And hopefully it doesn't follow me again. If it does, we're going with it. Ah! feels good. What's up? It feels good to sit. I've been go, 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 go. But we have a very powerful next few hours for myself and for any other soul that's with us. But before I even go any deeper, I just wanted to pause and just say, welcome home. And what I mean by welcome home, welcome to a vortex of love, unconditional love, meaning you are accepted for who you are. All of it. It's all welcomed here. And I know that language itself is like, really? All this welcomed here? There's always, I really like to use a story and an example. So a few months ago, I was at the gym with my trainer and I met this girl. And I invited her to one of my sessions. And I said, no, there's no judgment here. And she said something that really stood out to me. She said, that's what they all say, that there's no judgment. I was like, damn. I hear you. And I was already doing my morning routine with God. I didn't even know it was routine. And here's the powerful thing, God. I didn't even know how deeply I needed the soul medicine. And we'll talk about what is Rattle XR here in a moment, momentarily. But I really wanted to make this a safe space. Hint to why I turned off the comments, because that's not safe. And I've been seeing the same comments for the last 4 years. This is how long I've been working on this project. And it's the same toxicity. And I'm also in a leadership program right now to be a facilitator. And when you hear those words vibrate through the screen, one, knowing what I know now, I know those words are not mine to carry. It's just a mirror of reflection. But still, seeing that, it's just like, ugh, like my brain can't commute, because what I don't understand, if something that triggers you, why are you still in this space? And if the thumbnails and the captions and all of that just gets bypassed and you're still here spitting, we call it hissing here, venom hiss. But then I realized, oh, that's just part of the matrix. That's just part of the game. And I believe any human being has gone through some type of judgment. And I saw it again today. I was on the treadmill at the gym, and I guess some type of reward show just went on. And I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I believe, what is that doing for my own personal being? Nothing. But then again, it actually shows me the suppression that we have in this world. Anyway, the Kardashians were on, and I guess Kim Kardashian wore like a bag over her head. Or not a bag, some type of fabric. And of course she was getting shade. And then I thought, it's interesting because Rattlebones, right? You see my face right now, but when I'm channeling, you don't really see my face. You see Rattlebones. And the same thing with Batman, the same thing with Spider-Man, the same thing with Power Rangers. Again, that double standard happens a lot. And yeah. So I saw that this morning, I'm like, damn. Wouldn't it be nice just to have a world where people can just be, people can just wear what they want, love who they want, without it being a hot topic? But again, that's the matrix. That's just part of it. And I've learned my own personal opinion. I believe that Earth is a beautiful place, yeah? But energy around it can be negative. I also feel like that's part of the matrix. I believe that's part of just being here. I believe there is a higher place where there is no judgment, there's no hatred, there's no war. It's just unconditional love. And here's the thing, I don't want to wait that long. So I've created my own safe place where I can just move, where I can just breathe. Man, and doesn't that feel good? Just to breathe. And more importantly, I can unplug. And I didn't realize how plugged in I was until I started to unplug and being consistent with the medicine. So I jot notes because my brain goes all over the place. So the main topic today is to talk about Rattle XR. Okay. So yeah, I saw the news and I see the news a lot, and my first reaction is, why are we showing this at the gym? Like, can't we watch like music videos or anything but the news? Oh well, it is what it is. Hence why I love moving my body early in the morning before I get plugged into the matrix. And another example would be like driving a car. It's just so mindless, you don't really think about it, but where I go is, okay, driving a car, I'm performing. What I mean by that is there are speed limits. On some of your example will be 55 miles per hour. Or a few days ago, I was walking and I saw a cop and a motorcycle cop, and he had his little, what do you call it? I don't know what they're called, but speed monitor or whatever you want to call it. Speed tracker, we'll call it that. And he's like in the corner just waiting to tag someone, to get someone for speeding. And I'm like, okay, I'm understanding it more and more, meaning performance. Like you can, of course you can go over 55 miles per hour. But then I think, okay, what happens when you do that? If you get caught, you get a speeding ticket. And I think the cop may or may not buy, oh, I didn't see the speeding sign. Maybe he might let you go, or they might let you go, or they might give you a ticket. Accountability. And there is accountability here in the Rattle House. And whoever's watching, I don't know if you have accountability in your home or house rules in your home, but in this beautiful home that we have built, brick by brick, tier by tier, there's accountability. And there are house rules. So anyway, but I also understand that you can have these house walls planted. Venom is still going to do venom. And what I mean by venom, let's just talk about that since I'm right here. Venom means low vibration. And the reason why I say venom, I don't like to say people because I don't believe that's how we are programmed to judge, to mock, to be cruel, to make fun of people. Like, I don't believe that. And the reason why I don't believe that, because a few months ago, I was at Costco and I was with my partner, and this beautiful little baby, she's with her mom or caretaker, and she's just so happy and she's so excited. And it doesn't even matter when I say partner, it can be guy, girl, black, white, doesn't matter. How the baby looked at us is what mattered. Purity. There wasn't no mocking, there wasn't no ew, it was just, aww. So yes, I believe when we are born into this world, I don't believe we are born with hatred. I believe we have been programmed, I need to stop saying we. I believe I have been programmed to think that judgment, criticism, or my past is mine to carry and it makes my future. I don't believe that. I don't believe the world is bad. No, I believe there is a lot of programming that has been programmed into the human body. I mean, it's all over. It's in movies that we watch. It's in TV shows, the violence and the judging and mocking and laughing at people. It's all over the place. So it's like I can't even get upset when I see it because it's like they don't know any better. And one thing that we are learning in my leadership program, I learned this in the last module, is your higher self, your survivor self, and your wounded self. So for example, let's say higher self, you love all, right? And then let's say your survivor self was taught maybe relationships are toxic, or men are evil, or females are evil, or whatever it may be. And then your survivor self would be attack. And so I think it's a defense that we are using, that the human body is using, but I don't think it's out of evil. It's kind of like a baby talking and they're saying goo goo gaga gaga, and you're like, what? I don't understand. It's or it's just a different language. So when I see venom, and I'm just speaking from my experience, I've been in the battlefield, so to speak, for the last 4 years, and I've gathered a lot of data. A lot. And enough where we don't need to gather any more data. And the data is the venom, the toxicity, the suppressed energy that I've been talking about. And so yeah, we're just gonna dive in. And if you were in the playground with me this morning, moving your body, whatever that looks like, thank you. And not just thank you for showing up for yourself, slithering to your playground, wherever that is, your basement, your bathroom, your bedroom, your kitchen, whatever you feel safe to move your body. This is mine, nothing fancy spancy here. We kind of fake it till we make it, and we make it our own. And our playground is where our inner child can move. And when I say inner child, another example. Again, a few months ago, I was at Starbucks, and this beautiful little girl came in with her dad, and she had this beautiful dress on and these really sparkly boots. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And it's so cool to go deeper. The dad is allowing her to be her highest and best in her innocence. And it reminded me so much of my father, because my father was like that. Never tried to change me. And whoever is watching, I don't know if you have a parent like that or a spouse that allows you just to be without fixing you. And I guess in the world that we live in now, if that little girl was 16 or 17 or even 14, maybe the friends would, girl, that doesn't match. What are you wearing? Change your boots, or whatever it may be. But something like that so small is starting to be suppressed, because now the brain is thinking there's something wrong with me. I can't be expressive, which is so interesting, because I believe I have been taught that since I can remember. Be yourself, be expressive. Yeah. If it was only that easy, right? So, If you're with me this morning, thank you. I really appreciate it. And if you join the Rattle family, thank you again. Welcome. Welcome home. So, we have some notes. Because I was thinking to myself, I think it would be very powerful for me and for the Rattlers and for God to go to break down what is Rattle XR. What am I drinking? What's in that drink? Don't worry, it's nothing that you can't pronounce. There's no long words like what, it's just water. Matter of fact. We'll look for it later. So, here are some powerful captions, some powerful hashtags if this flows with you. If you're you're looking for movement therapy, healing through movement as medicine, emotional healing, emotional release, emotional, I already said emotional release, trauma release, inner child healing, shadow work, spiritual awakening, mirror work, mirror reflection, self-love journey, body expression, mindfulness practice, spiritual growth, spiritual healing, holistic healing, that's a tongue twister, spiritual growth, I said that, energy purge, emotional detox, just to name a few. Because time is precious, and I want to make sure the souls are in the right vortex. Vortex, what does that mean, Dr. Snake? And just for the record, I say it again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a soul surgeon. However, I do have 20 plus years in the healthcare world, and that's enough, because damn. Now, what is suppressed energy? Suppressed energy is the poison we carry. It's the frustration when you miss a turn and call yourself stupid. It's the judgment that gets thrown on your hair, your body, your voice. It's the childhood trauma stuffed down into silence. It's the stress that locks itself into the hips, chest, and jaw. So especially my brothers. Give you a hug. There's a lot of trauma stored in the hips. A lot. Scientifically proven. So that's why when I say rattle, shake it, shake it, shake it out, release it. Release the venom. And again, venom is the negative energy. So, suppression is venom. Left unchecked, it eats away the soul. And the world tells you to perform on top of it. Smile, succeed, entertain. But the body keeps score. And the body demands release. And here's what I don't understand, especially coming from a healthcare world. This is my healthcare brain speaking. We don't hold in our urine. We don't hold in our bowels. So why would we hold in our emotion? I don't know. To me, that never really made sense. I don't hold in my urine, so why would I hold in my tears? But especially for men, that has been programmed. Men don't cry. Rub some dirt in it. And then I just wonder, the ones who are saying that, are they seeing the damage that it's doing to those individuals that are locking in all of that emotion for years and for decades? Example, my father. My father had stage 4 colon cancer. What caused it? Well, depression. But what fed the depression was my dad did not feel good enough. Has anyone ever felt that? Not good enough? Always feeling like you had to prove something? Or if something happened that was very, I don't know, very traumatizing, did you feel like you were, if I did this, or maybe if I did this better? So what my dad did, he numbed. And what he numbed with was alcohol. And that alcohol eventually turned to stage 4 colon cancer. And before you knew it, he was diagnosed. And before you knew it, he was gone. So I don't know if this can resonate to any soul, but if you ever yanked out a cord really quick, like a vacuum cleaner, and it kind of left that spark, that's how it was for me. Me personally, I believe there's just that breaking point, and I never really understood it until it physically happened to me. So everything that I'm speaking is from experience, and suppression for me is keeping all of this in and not letting it out. And this is me letting it out, so I don't have to suppress it in my body. So suppression is real. Suppression is like no joke. And it's not about fixing anyone. It's about creating something where, here, take it. Here you go. You want it? Come and get it. There's no pressure. The frequency cabinet is stocked. So yes, my dad was an alcoholic, and I believe I had a lot of anger with alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol when I started nursing school because you learn so much, and just also going through a spiritual awakening. For me personally, I just want to treat my body with more kindness and more love, because you only get one body. So it's like, gotta take care of it. So yes, my dad had depression. So pulling out that cord is what kind of started me to go into this frequency coma. I mean, he was my best friend. If you've ever had a best friend and you lost your best friend, I don't think it matters if it was your dad, your sister, your brother, your best friend, your pet, your cousin, your grandma. Best friend is a best friend. Connection is a connection. And you felt safe with them. You felt like you can just be with them. And that's how I felt with my dad. It was a gift. And the gift of unconditional love, which I've been pouring into. I mean, look at all this. I've been pouring into the last 4 years, and here we are. So, suppressed energy. Another example would be, I believe 2 days ago, we were in Tempe. And I believe I said this example yesterday, but I'll say it again because it's so in your face. Aggressive driving. Now, I have a few pet peeves, but you won't see me on the bird because you never know what anyone is going through. So anyway, we're at the light and we're just waiting, minding our own bizwax, and we hear that aggressive honking, and it's just so jarring to the nervous system. That's what I was telling my partner. I just want to be near the beach. I just want to be or deep in the forest. I just want to be away from all of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. The more that I'm just awakening, I just want more peace and just USA. I don't know what it is. But anyway, this lady was driving. She was, okay, I'm not a really good demonstrator, but I'll try. This is the car, and so she's turning. She has the light. I don't know if she wasn't paying attention or what, but the guy behind her was just like honk, honk, honk. And then we see the lady driving, and it's just this older soul. Maybe she didn't hear, or whatever the reason may be. And clearly, the person behind her had a type of suppressed energy. And then I'm just taking notes, because that's what we do in a soul surgeon. You just take notes. You're very observant. You're like doing a 360 of everything. They teach you that in leadership. But anyway, I'm just thinking, man, what is going on? But not even with the venom. Because think about it. When we're born, are we going honk, honk, honk? No, we're smiling. Life is good. Or maybe we're crying, but we're not going that aggressive honk. So I'm thinking, was he running late? Maybe. Who knows? But how many news stories do we see where that turns deadly? Just saying. Suppression. Now, what is Rattle XR? Rattle XR is the antidote for me for suppression. And we call that SSR here, Suppressed Spirit Rewire. And how I rewire is I unplug, I drink my holy water, I connect to rattle bones, and I move like there's no freaking tomorrow. It's kind of like dance like no one's watching, but I don't like the word dance, because I feel like with the word dance, it gets thrown back into that 3D world where you have to be perfect, where you have to practice. And when I say practice, I mean you hit play for a little bit, then you stop and get, I have to do the move right, and then back and forth. No thanks. This is a different practice where we just hit play and we allow our bodies to move. Let the energy take us on that roller coaster ride. And that ride can be different for any individual. Because being in the healthcare world, I've also realized not everyone is at the same pace, meaning mobility-wise. Someone could have just gotten into an accident and they have to be bedridden for a couple weeks. Or someone maybe just got sick. Whatever it may be. So that's why I love saying movement, because it's universal. This is movement. Me moving my Adam's apple is movement. This is movement. Whatever the beautiful body wants to express, it's allowed. It's not mocked. It's not judged. And how do I know that? Because I have been showing up for the last 4 years, doing it for myself. And I gathered the data. Suppression is real. Suppression that I see is what the F, that's a classic one. But here we switched it to witness the frequency, okay? Another one is go back to the gym. What? This is allowed? Wow. Okay. Go back to the gym. That was a good one. Another one was, what am I witnessing? Another one is do something productive with your life. The one who's typing judgment. Okay. You see, when you awaken, you see those projections and you look right through them like an X-ray. And you know all of what they're saying is their own personal dialogue. It's kind of like the saying, you are what you eat. Well, here you are what you speak. Okay, so let's break this down. What really got me was, okay, this is a good one, God. in Rattlers. So about 3 or 4 months ago. And this actually happened on TikTok, but projection's projection, judgment is judgment. So this one got me, go back to the gym. Now, here's my thing. How are you going to judge someone, one, at their own damn house? One. Two, how are you going to judge someone where you're not even showing your body? Okay. Three is, are you going to just go up to a random stranger that you don't even know and say, go back to the gym? And if you do, I hope you're bobbing and weaving, because I think it was a while ago. I don't know the full content, but it was on an airplane, and they were fighting on the airplane. Like, what? Suppression is leaking out of these bodies. So, the reason why this projection really stuck out to me, because that really rattled my soul. A few reasons. I'm in a leadership program, and it's a year long, and it was in our first module, and we were in Virginia. And I was really excited, because the last day it was a body piece. I'm like, oh yeah, body piece, let's go. I can do that all day. But no, it wasn't the body piece that I thought. So we broke up into groups. Look, I'm getting goosebumps. We broke them into groups, and I think there was like 5 or 6 of us in each group, and there's 23 beautiful souls in my cohort. And another beautiful thing is I literally have 23 tattooed on my neck before LDT was even a thing, because 23 is actually my favorite number. And I love Michael Jordan. I just love the energy that he carries. I mean, he showed up with the bleachers empty. He showed up because it's his joy. And when I'm moving my body like that, that is my pure joy. Purest. I am just in my... So anyway, so we were in a circle, and we had to come up in the group, and we had to talk about our body. Things that we liked about our body, things that we didn't like about our body. And what was I saying? Oh, so I was talking about my tattoos, and how I was stating that my tattoos are is like a blueprint of who I am. I never got a tattoo just to get it, because I also understood that this shit is permanent. And if you want it off, it's going to hurt, maybe leave a scratch. But technology is different these days, so I don't know the process. But anyway, the first tattoo I got was a tiger on my left leg. A tiger is my favorite animal. And for me, tiger just represents brave. And my favorite color is orange, and I love their coloring. I just love tigers. My goal, I would love to either hold or pet a baby tiger. That would be awesome. But anyway, so we were talking about the body, and one of my cohorts, my co-sister, and if there's any ladies that are watching, maybe this will land with you. But she was talking about how she had a baby. And she had a baby in high school, and she used to be a cheerleader. And ever since she had the baby, she just couldn't move her body the same, or she didn't feel as confident in her body like she used to. I don't know, I never had a baby. But I do hear very similar stories to that. So, yeah, she was just talking about her body, and she was talking about how she was saying that she loves to dance, and she doesn't dance anymore because she just feels weird now. So that's example. Another cohort, she stated that she has, what does she have? I can't remember, but she has some type of immune disease where her body is just always sore. She wakes up in the morning sore, Or there's some days where she can't even get out of bed. And there's some days where she has really good days, but her body just can't do like my body can do or your body can do. There was another soul sister that just talked about she just went through a lot, physical abuse. I had brothers talk about the same thing. So I don't feel like pointing out someone's body is funny. I think it's very low. I think it's a disgusting energy, especially seeing the side effects of that, being in the healthcare world, and you see how just judgment can really take a toll on the body. And so, okay, sure, I haven't been running every day like I used to, and sure, I had a couple crumbled cookies here and there. I've been working, right? I've been working. So anyway, it's so interesting that I did this. So I was shirtless, and Venom slithered in and hissed, "Looks like you need to go back to the gym." My mouth dropped. I'm like, what? Oh my God, that's awful. And so then I literally ran to the, where did I run? Oh yeah, I ran to the my bedroom, and I literally looked at myself in the closet and I'm like, I'm not gaining weight, am I? And then I just had to pause. I'm like, oh, baby Jesus, this is how it happens. This is how Venom just spits when you least expect it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know I'm not fat. And okay, sure, I haven't been running every day or doing what my physique. But since I've been taking my Rattle XR, thank you very much, I've been getting my body back. So we're gonna do a little body check from Rattle XR Drip. Yeah, I'm slimming down, baby. Slimming down. Abs are popping. Glutes are getting tight. And that's what we want. But when I saw that, I was just rattled because I can't believe that that type of energy is allowed. And coming from this is my steppapa energy. I mean, I have two stepdaughters, a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old. What if they saw that? What if they read that comment? And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I'm laughing because Venom literally stated, I took notes. What did Venom state? Oh, how is this allowed? How is what allowed? Moving my body? The better question is, how is that toxicity allowed on these social media platforms? That is the question of the day. How is what the F am I witnessing? Bro, no. Go back to the gym. How is that allowed? And they wonder why we have what we have going on in this world. Violence, fights. Because Venom feeds it. But we don't feed it here. Absolutely effing not. Because what's really mind-boggling is I wonder how many of those projections would they actually say in real life to someone's face. They probably wouldn't. And that's the kicker. So this green dot right here, yeah, that's my reflection and God's reflection. But also here, when I say here, I mean the 6D vortex, the Rattle Playhouse. We are all one. Because underneath this meat flesh that we are renting, we are organs, bone, and love. Unconditional love. So I was just shocked when I saw that because I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. So yes, comments are off because we don't need negativity. No, like absolutely not. We don't have that in our household. I don't have that in my household, negativity. We treat people with kindness. We speak with kindness. We speak with just unconditional love. I don't get it. So, yeah, if you are spitting low vibration, you're only speaking to yourself. But here's the thing. YouTube knows that. All of these apps know that. They know when someone is speaking a projection, it's not physically going to the receiver unless they are at a low state of mind. Example would be you had a long day at work, right? You had a long day at work and you actually look forward to going on your social media platform because it brings you joy. Great, beautiful. And then venom wants to slither in and say, do something productive with your life. What? The one who is sitting and judging is stating, do something productive with your life? It doesn't make sense. But you see, we don't need to argue with venom because venom is just demonstrating suppressed energy in the body. Because if they weren't suppressed, they wouldn't be speaking like that to themselves. Basically, their inner child is saying, I'm triggered. Oh, there's something that they're doing. I don't like it, so attack. That's that survivor self that we were speaking about earlier. They are wounded. Maybe their parents said, no, don't move that way, that's X, Y, and Z, or no, get a real job, blah, 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 blah. Noise is what it is. So here, you're beautiful, right? Whatever Venom said, noise. So let's keep going. Now, what is Rattle XR? Rattle XR is the antidote for suppressed energy locked in the body, for me, personally. It's not choreography, it's not performance. It's raw, fluent, unrehearsed movement. I'll say it again. It's raw, fluent, unrehearsed movement. Okay? It's the pharmacy of God. That's how I like to look at it. And we got our serotonin, we got our dopamine already inside of you. So, now we go down to what is in Rattle XR. Well, it'd be nice if I had my water gallon. But basically, it's just water. There's no caffeine, there's no Adderall, none of that. I mean, honestly, I hope no one's waking up at 3 a.m. taking Adderall or caffeine, but hey, you do you. But I take Rattle XR drip. And the drip, and though it may be hard to see when I'm channeling rattle bones, but if you look at the mirrors, well, I kind of cleaned them earlier, but normally they're all like foggy and like sweat stains dripping down. That's the drip. That's the venom slithering out of my skin. And that venom can be so many different things, like access fats, old lies, old habits, old energies that don't serve me anymore. I am transforming my body. This is a mind, body, and soul practice. And we are rewiring our nervous system. And all this is scientifically proven. Just saying. Now, they may ask, what the F is he on? venom is what we're talking about. And their answer is nothing external, everything is internal. That's the beautiful thing about doing shadow work. You have to go in internally and have to work on yourself. Hence why there's all the mirrors. No alcohol, no weed, no caffeine, no pills, holy water and breath. That's all you need. And your rattle suit. Now, it's the same energy that makes the sun rise and spins the earth.